Branched chain amino acids, baby. Branched chain amino acids. So we've heard everything from branched chains causing cancer to diabetes to all this stuff. Well, the same geniuses, or in plural genii, I'm joking, are saying that EAA don't do that when BCAA comprise 3 of the 9 EAA, which is just insane. But that's why this study that rolled across my desk today was so fun to read, because I think we're going to see exactly what we saw back in the early 2000s, 2005, 2006. And that is after, now remember 2004, my team and I over at Scivation pioneered the use of branched chain amino acids intra-workout to basically increase recovery, reduce time needed to recover, to increase lean mass gains, and also to increase fat loss when taken during training. Now, this has come with a lot of naysayers, a lot of people who say it's bullshit, and I'm good with that. I like dissent. I like debating things. I think it leads to us knowing a better way. And as I discussed with John Meadows on here, EAA are fine. They combine 3 of the 9, 3 of the 9 essential amino acids are the branched amino acids. So I'm not hating on that at all. Not hating on that at all. However, nobody knows what ratio we're going to use. And they're basically fairy dusting a little bit of essential aminos. And also the fact of the matter is that if you already have protein, and I'm guessing a lot of you get at least 0.5 grams per pound of protein per body weight per day, you're fine. You don't need those. What I believe you need is just an intrinsic spike of branched amino acids intra-workout, about 10 to 14 grams of branched chains. And the study that I commissioned as CEO at Scivation that was never published, I left before it was published, done by 2 collaborative groups. There was no funny play. I will put that on my wife, my kids, my own life, that there was no funny, no weird play on this. It was straight up a legit study, right? And it showed, and I've said this before, and you can look it up online somewhere, in the placebo group. Now, there was 3 groups. We put them on standardized diets that we designed based on their body weight. Males, 12 per group, 36 total participants, expensive ass study. We had the placebo group, which was essentially, it was standardized for calories too, where we even counted the calories in branched chains, okay? Even though we can debate there are or are not calories in branched chains, there are. It's just the FDA doesn't let us put it on the label because it's a supplement due to the fact it's a free amino acid as opposed to an NLEA, which is a nutrition fact panel. So we cannot put calories on a branched chain panel. Food for thought. So the placebo group gained 1 pound of lean mass and lost 0 fat, which is pretty good. These are trained males. These are over a year of training experience. The whey protein group, I believe they gained 4 pounds of lean mass and lost 2 pounds of fat. Now, the extend group, or the branched amino acid group, taking about 10 to 14 grams of BCAA intra-workout, all these were taken intra-workout, gained 9 pounds of lean mass and lost 4.5 pounds of fat. Now, you could say, well, that's just trying to put down whey. The whey in the study was actually Scivation whey. So there was no funny play because we won either way. Like, we're going to beat Gatorade, bottom line. So it was whey versus BCAA, in my opinion. The placebo was just there, and we used carbohydrate as a caloric control. So what I'm saying is I believe in branched chains. I have seen no evidence to make me not want to believe in branched chains. And all you guys saying, why don't you come up with the AA formula? I might have one. I own a few brands, guys. But I personally will use BCAA because based on the data I've seen, you do not need that fairy dusting. And also, do you really think that 50 milligrams of methionine is going to do anything? No. They're fairy dusting it, man. They're fairy dusting it. No one even knows what ratio to use. They're just doing it for marketing. That's it. And we saw this back in 2006 with controlled labs, Purple Wrath. Every day on the message boards, I went back and forth with these clowns, and they claimed that the same shit they're claiming right now, except they didn't have that stupid, moronic study done by Twin Labs Real, R-E-A-A-L, bullshit supplement done by bullshit people trying to scam people. A bullshit meta-analysis done with financial interest by the scientist. No respect for those guys. Then Kenton from Core just completely obliterated them in that debate they had. It wasn't a debate. Kenton basically bent them over prison style. It is what it is. So I'm not saying EAA are bad. If you give me 10 grams of BCAA, I don't care if you fairy dust EAAs around it. It's fine. Is it going to do anything except make the supplement more expensive? Probably not. And I'm not suggesting you replace whey protein with branched amino acids. What I'm suggesting is that intra-workout, when you're training, you take 2 scoops of machine fuel. That's it. Anyway, let me read this abstract. I'm not going to read the whole study. This was published April 2019 in the International Journal for Vitamin and Nutrition Research. Effects of branched-chain amino acid supplementation on muscle soreness following exercise, a meta-analysis. Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of meta-analyses. However, this is a pretty good one. And also, if they're going to use meta-analyses, I'm going to use them. And also, the only thing people have been able to do is use analyses, meta-analyses. We basically take a group of studies, read them, and extrapolate your opinion on the results. That's it. It's an opinion piece. So the bottom line is, is it the best form of research? No, it's taking a bunch of available research and doing analysis on it. Now, the scientist involves Michael V. Fedua from University of Alabama, Tyler Williams from Samford, which is in North Carolina, I believe, Stephen O. Spencer, Zachary E. Becker. So anyway, check it out. Abstract. Delayed onset muscle soreness is a symptom of exercise-induced muscle damage that occurs following exercise. Previous research has indicated that branched-chain amino acid supplementation may accentuate exercise-induced muscle damage that causes delayed onset muscle soreness. However, the results are inconsistent. The primary aim of this study was to examine the previous literature assessing the effect of BCAA supplementation on DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, following an acute bout of exercise in adults. The review is conducted in accordance with PRISMA guidelines. This is preferred reporting items for systematic reviews and meta-analyses, and identified peer-reviewed articles comparing a BCAA supplement to placebo non-BCAA supplement following an acute bout of exercise. Electronic search of 3 database yielded 42 articles after duplicates were removed. All studies included in the current analysis were peer-reviewed, available in English, and utilized a random control design that compared BCAA with a placebo group following exercise and assessed soreness of muscle tissue during recovery. DOMS was assessed in 61 participants following ingestion of BCAA supplementation over the course of these interventions. The cumulative results of 37 effects gathered from 8 studies published between 2007 and 2017 indicate that BCAA supplementation reduced DOMS following exercise training. A large decrease in DOMS occurs following BCAA supplementation after exercise compared to placebo. They're not just saying a decrease, they're saying a large decrease in DOMS. Now, could that mean you're getting better nutrient delivery? Could that mean that you're erasing some of the core? I don't know. It doesn't state in this study. We could ponder all we want. We can go to what pathway. And again, that's a lot of guessing. That's a lot of speculation on the part of, the researchers or myself. What I will say is I still stand by BCAA supplementation being very advantageous, and also prices have come down. Since back in the day when we first launched branch chains, now they're more mass produced. Not only that, if you take machine fuel from MTS Nutrition, you're getting the vegan Instaminos, and that is derived from fermentation from glucose. What that means is that we do not derive them from weird things like duck feathers. Not that it means anything. It just has the yuck factor. Who wants to, I don't care what this is, end product. This was derived from duck feathers. But at the end of the day, ours is by fermentation. So the bottom line is, I still stand by the fact you need 2 scoops of machine fuel or 10 to 15 grams of BCAA during training. I believe it'll help you reduce recovery. I believe it'll help you perform better and longer. And I believe it'll help you in your quest for your physique. Now, on the subject of whether to count them as calories, I say no, and here's why. BCAA do contain calories. However, if you're dieting or you're gaining or whatever, if you're only having 2 scoops of machine fuel during training, that's a set variable. You have that on every training day. So you're not going to take that away, so you can count it. I don't care what you add it as, but when you're decreasing things around that, that's a constant variable that just stays in there. You diet around that. So I don't count them personally because they're set. Now, if you're megadosing and drinking, 10 to 20 scoops a day, calories might matter. So that's why those people are like, you're not losing weight because you're taking BCAA. They're stupid. They're absolutely stupid. You're not losing weight because you're hypercaloric. However, those hypercaloric issues come about is that. But to say that it's due to the acute, that's just a fundamental lack of knowledge on how carbohydrate and BCAA or protein work. When you eat carbohydrate, it elicits a biphasic response in insulin. So you're like this, or blood sugar, insulin, whatever. So it goes doop, doop, okay, the initial response, and then again. So there's a biphasic response. When you have, let's say, leucine or whey protein, it's like this, and there's no biphasic. It's a singular response. So anybody who says that obviously doesn't know how the body works and probably thinks that basketball isn't cardio and just has no clue what the hell's going on in the world. So that's all I got. The study will be linked down below. Feel free to give it a read, and that's not a game.